How's everyone doing? How many of you have a personal website, portfolio website? Yes, and 4 or 5. How many of you would like to have it by the end of the session? All right, and so we'll do that too. So I am going to talk about today is how to survive with this whole AI wave, how to future-proof your credit. Before I do that, make sure that you guys have one of these apps, at least the Gemini app on your phone. So go ahead and download it right now. This will be interactive session. You won't be doing the work. I'll make you work. So, right? This is not just a slide. So make sure go on your Android or the Apple phone, and probably I would say do the Gemini and sign in using your Google account. And if you have any pro subscription, ChatGPT, Cloud, or any, then I would prefer you guys just use the ChatGPT and sign in into your pro account. So I'm Kashi. I've been in the technology industry for 35 years. Currently work at Salesforce and lead a team of technical architects in financial services, pre-sales domain for almost 12 years now. I call myself a learner and practitioner. That's my long-term journey. I've been fortunate enough to work on all the major platforms, we call it in the technology, .NET, Java, Sybase, PeopleSoft, Salesforce. That's my journey. Even actually in the community, have been educating people since September 2023. Even last year, I did 5 different sessions across all the DFW masjid to just educate people how to get it started. So that's originally from Pakistan, born and raised in Hyderabad, then moved to Karachi, then moved here 25 years ago. So this is simple as this. Everybody is scared of AI, right? AI is going to take the job. This is what's happening. When the last time it happened that you felt like that the machine replaced you? So I have been given the analogy is, what happened is when in the old days you have the horse cart, right? Right? The purpose was to move the assets or goods from one place, point A to point B, right? Automobile came. People who learned how to drive, they're still doing the job. They're driving the trucks, right? They're doing the more loads and all that. People who decide not to do anything, no, I'm going to have my horse cart, get out of the job. That's what happened, right? So with the AI, what happened is we saw the peak that happened with OpenAI, ChatGPT 2022. And then what happened is last year, year before, that was one of the integration, the chatbots, and all of these MCP, those things are coming. And now we are living in the world where it's all agents. Agentic AI, that's like the buzzword, right? You have your own mini-me, and that's the agentic AI platform. There are a few myths going on that I want you guys, at the end of this session, this is not a rocket science, guys. Especially at the Ummah, I think this is a lifetime opportunity for all of us to capitalize on it. And what it needs is that consistency. When Naeem was talking about consistency over the 30 years long period for $100 a month, that same consistency applies to your learning as well, to be honest. So when we say AI will replace you, well, in some cases, AI is replacing, right? In some jobs, like testing job, support job, when you call someone, do that. But most importantly, people who knows how to use AI, they are the one taking your job. If you are not one of those person who is learning how to use AI as your assistant, as your mini-me, you will get behind. So just understand that you need to upgrade yourself, upgrade your mindset, have a learner and growth mindset to learn that. Second is, job is disappearing, right? Well, there are some jobs, but the thing is some automation is happening, workflows are happening, right? People who are learning how to use those AI tools, they are automating a lot of jobs. Jobs are changing and evolving. That's what's happening. So my message to you guys are, learn and leverage AI. If you are not learning, you are not growing, right? Don't be afraid of AI. I'm going to lose my job. He also said there will be 50% of the job will be gone in the next 1 to 5 years. But jobs are going to evolve. There will be different jobs. We don't know what they will be, but there will be different jobs. So what is happening is anytime you have a lot of work, which is repetitive work, right? Testing and all those kind of work is going away that AI can use. It's very easy for AI to do the repetitive work with the same formula they do it. But when the critical thinking comes in, when the human judgment comes in, that's where you still have a play, especially for the people who have been in the industry for a long time, right? That's one of the disadvantages our fresh graduates have, that they don't know how enterprise work, what security is, what enterprise application development is, how companies work. But people who have been in the industry for 10, 15, 20 years, you have the domain knowledge. You have that context, right? And that is your golden rules. They need those people to work with the AI and, have a human element. But don't underestimate yourself. You still have place in the world. Now, when it comes to AI, and when Google came, what happened? People were saying, hey, how can you find the result? I'm not finding the result, right? You do the query. It becomes the practice and the art, right? With the AI, prompting is the key, right? And prompting is just simple instruction, how you ask the AI what to provide you. And if you are just giving a very generic question to them, your output will be the same thing, very generic, right? So the thing is, what you need to do is, AI is also a system. You think of it as if you give it the structure, instruction, good prompt, it will give you the desired output and high value output. But we need to practice that, and that will come from the practice. And when it comes to consistency, this is one thing I noticed, especially in our community. We come here, I've been doing it for 3 years. I have Mansur Bhai sitting here, he was in my very first session 3 years ago. We get excited, wow, this is a great session, I'm gonna do it. And then we don't look at it for next 6 months. I have people reach out to me and they said, because I've been publishing, I have 250 plus videos. I've been publishing every week for the last 2.5 years. Consistency. And I have someone reach out to me last 6 months ago, say, because I just published another video, just same message, published different days, that finally it hit him. He said, I'm going to get started. And he admitted, for 1 year, I've been thinking about it. Sitting down thinking is not going to do anything. A quick example is, you get the gym membership, and you keep thinking, I'm going to go to the gym. Are you going to build the muscles? You got to get up. You got to walk. You got to go to the gym, have the weight and do the exercise, right? So consistency is very important. So what I am going to ask you guys is, you guys already downloaded the app. Promise me that 10 minutes a day only. Every day, 10 minutes. After you wake up or before you go to bed or lunch, open that app, write something and ask it. Ask it what is happening in the industry, in your industry, healthcare, finance, IT, whatever industry, right? Hey, give me one of the new trends, right? When you write any email, don't write and just send. Google had a simple magic icon. I want every one of you, because this is not our first language. Our kids been born here, but everybody who came from abroad, English is a second language. Click on that and say, make it polished, refine it, make it professional. Start using it and learn from it. And what are the changes that it do? What I wrote and what is the messages. Use that every day for 10, 15 minutes. If you can do more, do more. And there are only 24 hours in a day, so it's very hard. I can understand that it's very hard to keep up, especially when every day something is changing. So few tips are, like when I wake up, I get to the bathroom, I'm doing the brush, I literally have my YouTube open on my phone, and there's a guy called Nate Jones, I play his video, publish every day. He's consistent every day and just plays video. When I drove here from Maori, I already watched the whole video. I'm not listening to songs, I'm not listening to anything. I'm not trying to multitask and have something playing. Okay, this is what is happening, this is what is happening. So consistency will help you in the long run. This will be my ask, believe me. Next year if you meet me, you will say, yes, thank you Kashi, that really helped. So I want every one of you to open your app and write this first prompt. Just write this first prompt. Write something about marketing, and I want several people to tell me what they did write. A simple prompt, write something about marketing. Okay? Julia?
Marketing is not advertising. It's not posting on social media. It's not marketing. Is engineering of attention.
Right? Did you notice what happened? Everybody got a different answer, right? Why? Because this was a very vague prompt. Like me about marketing. Okay, what do you want? Do you want a social media marketing, digital marketing, paper marketing, right? What you're trying to do. So Google has a framework called the persona, task, context, and format. Google wrote a free 86-page book. Information already exists. The problem is we are not using it. We are not taking the first step to practice it every day. This is the simple framework. You go to Google Prompt Framework, it will give you 86-page book. Do this one. If I say, as a digital marketing manager at a tech startup, I'm giving it a persona. Okay, what's the role you want to play? So now it knows that when you wrote, now it's going to think of everything that a digital marketer. Then write a 4 to 5 sentence LinkedIn post. You're saying the task. What do you want it to do? Not just give me a paragraph, not just give me a one line, not just give me a couple of things. I just need 4 or 5 sentences, right? Explaining the importance of storytelling and audience engagement. Now you're giving it a what? Context. And then you're saying format. use a conversation tone, and end with a call to action. So this is called a structured prompt. AI is a machine. It's only going to do what you tell it to do. It's learning, it's doing, it's kind of making up. That's what the whole GPT transformer is. But it's still, you need to be very clear enough. If you can explain properly and clearly what you want, you will get the better results. So that's why the prompting is very important. But when it comes to prompting, a lot of people just start writing and say, okay, I'm going to write XYZ, XYZ. And they are, a couple of mistakes they are doing it. They are taking it as is. Whatever the AI gives them, and they just take it. And they're like, I'm good. That's the mistake. The skill that you need to do is, you need to think about what problem you're trying to solve. We just saw that, right? I want to learn about the marketing, but break it down saying, okay, what do I want about marketing? Do a little bit thinking, human in the loop. Then clearly ask. We just saw how clearly we ask what we know, right? When it gives you the output, right? Don't just take it or copy paste. You have a pro version, you might get a lot of data. I just told you to do 4 to 5 sentences. Why are you giving the whole paragraph, right? Or it might hallucinate. And hallucination is, it will make things up which will be looking like really good, sound really good, they will be wrong. A lot of kids make that mistake, they copy paste and they do this. I heard a story, someone reached out to the lawyer to save money and it did the whole GPT. AI actually made up the loss. Lawyer had to actually charge him double because he ended up working more to fix what he gave him instead of writing from the scratch. So don't just take everything blindly. And then once you have it, and you will see, I'll show you one prompt. You won't believe for a simple prompt, I spent at least 8 hours within last 2 days just for this exercise. Because the Gemini, Claude, OpenAI, I had a pro version too. I was going pro, free, and different output. I could not find an example that I can give it to you guys, and that will be consistent across. That's the challenge. So don't blindly trust on it. Refine it and go from that perspective. So, and a lot of people have been asking me, so today's session I'll do a little differently. I already have how to get started on AI. I have the whole book, and I'll share you the URL. I wrote that book last year. It actually walks you, 9 pages book, it walks you through how to get started with the AI. It links to all the videos. It shows you what are the different tools in different categories, text to text, text to image, text to voice, voice to image, text to video. I have all of those listed. I'll share the link at the end. That will get you started. I promise, if you all just follow the stuff in that book, you will be 70% better than everybody. Because you will have enough knowledge, what are the tools out there, how to use those tools, what each tool does, and repeat that method. Just play with those tools, even though you don't look at anything. Because right now, internet is full of marketing fluff. Everybody is trying to sell the course. Hey, come join me, I'll make you the AI expert in a week, right? And you'll get the job. It's not that. If you are not using these tools, if I tell you, like ChatGPT, how many of you have paid version of one of these apps? So that is good. So get at least a paid version. Last week I was at the Citizen Knowledge keynote and I asked, we all go to coffees now, Paras, all the yummy coffees. It costs $8, right? In a month at least we do twice, right? We're hanging out twice. That's $16, $20. That's what it costs. And for the kids, I would say, go to your parents and say, give me $20, I'm going to eat coffee and just pay for the subscription. That's what it costs. We will go eat outside and spend hundreds of dollars. And you ask someone to say $20 subscription, they'll say, oh, that's expensive. That's the mindset we have. We're going to spend $50 at the coffee shop, right? And the parents, I will say, for each parent, please set aside $50 for each kid. Get them 1 or 2 subscription and pay for it for 3 months. Believe me, do it. Say, beta, baby, go ahead and I'm living with this and play with it. You will see how much they will improve over the summer. Claude is very good in writing, analytics, and logic. Very good from encoding perspective. Gemini, Google model is all embedded on the Google apps. That's the benefit for that one. Notebook LM, if you have not tried it, free. Try Notebook LM. You can give it a video, any YouTube video. It can create an infographic. It can create a podcast. It can create a deck. A lot of professional people who are at work, if you are having meeting, customer meeting, any team meeting, feed it to Notebook LM. It will create the whole summary and the infographics for you. And Notion has been doing is creating its own ecosystem. So a lot of people building their own custom CRM, their own contact databases. If you're coming here and meeting tons of people, you can create and manage your own. And it will remind you a lot of AI features there. And anybody who is programmer, who is technical enough, get a co-pilot, get yourself out there and show that. So those would be your starter kit from that perspective that I would recommend you guys do that. People who can at least do the translation means, okay, this is the workflow I've been doing, right? If the CEO, CIO, VP, IT, anybody working with you, and if someone who can translate them, this is how I can automate this workflow. These are the tools useful for us. This is how we can plug in maybe Gemini here, Notebook here, and this is how I can connect all of those. People who can explain that, how the technology works together, get the best use of these tools, those are the ones. It's not a technical skill set, guys. You don't have to be the developer, you don't have to be a programmer to do this. Some of the roles which are coming, if some of you want to change your career, and the role in the market which are coming right now is they're looking for the people who can write better prompts. I gave you one example and we'll do some examples also, right? Who can work with the AI. Some of the people who can work these 5 tools that I showed you, how they all work together, how to integrate those tools. Workflow automation, people who are more senior, more AI strategists, how our go-to-market strategy will be, how to use the tool, how to create more productivity out of the people. Those are the roles coming in the market. And one of the important things, I think, Shakil gave a session yesterday, that was about AI governance and security. That is, when it comes to cybersecurity, AI governance, there's a big topic. So young kids, if you're in there, that's the topic I would recommend. Go into cybersecurity, AI, ethics, compliance, and governance. Everybody needs it, especially financial industry, regulated industry, healthcare industry. They need that from that perspective. How do you future-proof your career? This is what my recommendation to you all will be. Don't try to boil the ocean. One thing we all try to do, we try to do everything. Hey, I'm so pumped up, I'm gonna learn AI 0 to 100 today. It's meant for an hour. Think about one thing, one use case, select one of those tools, pick that tool, make it a habit, try it for a week. Because otherwise you will get overrun. Every single day something is new coming into the industry. The thing that you were doing in December is already outdated. I have never seen the innovation at this pace in my last 25 years in the industry. This is unprecedented, what we are seeing, but this is also a lifetime opportunity for all of us. All right, so now we are going to do some hands-on. Everybody has LinkedIn? Yes? People who have computers, go to your LinkedIn. I'm gonna have everyone show you how you can build your own professional portfolio website and do this. If you go to LinkedIn, go to your profile and say saves to PDF. I don't know on the phone if it allows you. So that's why I'm gonna show you what it did to me and then we'll go from there. When you say save to PDF, it's gonna give you a PDF, something like that. Then there's a tool called Gamma.app. That's the one I was saying. Export to the PDF and all the slides will be available there. So you will be able to take it. Go to Gamma.app. Once you go there, you create a new project, right? And from there, you say import the file, you upload the file. After you upload, it will ask you how do you want it. You can say create me a web page. From the LinkedIn profile, you can select the theme and it will create a beautiful website for you. Once you do this, I say web page. If you continue, right, then I can select whatever theme I want. And once it does everything, the results are, it created this entire portfolio website. I didn't need to be a programmer, web developer, or anything. It summarized everything. What are my top skills? What are the certificates? Just from my LinkedIn profile, right? What are my certifications are? What language do I speak? What is my contact information is? Look at the PDF and look at the visual UI that it created for me, right? The representation, how you present yourself, that is also very important, right? It would have taken me days to build the website, do the HTML, CSS, hire someone and do something. How easy it is just using one tool. Now, you can take this, even use this URL, put it on your resume, modify that, put it on your LinkedIn, right? So those who do not have it, if your LinkedIn is beefed up and you have written down the information on LinkedIn, just do that. I had my websites in 1997, KashiRama.com, back in Pakistan. When internet came, I registered the KashiRama.com.pk at that time. And one of the interviews I had, and they looked me up, and they were amazed, wow, you have a website, you have a blog, you have been publishing and all those. It does create the credibility when you're in front of someone, right? And one more tip I will give you is, if you are professional, be active on LinkedIn. Believe me, out of sight, out of mind. The name just mentioned, he's posting every single day. You need to show up there. You need to present yourself there. Even though any student, anybody, you learn, let's say you learn 5 things today. or yesterday in this conference, go create a post, right? And post it there. Hey, I attended remote conference. These are the 5 tips I learned. Make it a habit. So when I'm a hiring manager, when I hire someone, I don't even look at the resume too much. I go to LinkedIn and then see what they have done and all those kind of stuff. So do that part. We are gonna go into a lot of hands-on. Scan this QR code. And now I want every one of you to play on your iPhones or Android phone and do some prompting. This will take your website, so I'll save you a lot of typing. I already have other prompt written there. You don't have to worry about it, you'll just copy. You don't have to write it. Just open that website. Once you have opened, let me know. Open this website, all the prompts are there, so you will do copy and you go try those prompts. Okay? And I'll do those prompts in front of you as well. So I'm gonna do the pro version for the ChatGPT just to show you the results, right? But if you do not have a pro version, I want you guys to open the Gemini app and sign in to Gemini. How many of you would like your kids or yourself to publish a book on Amazon and start making money for free? After this, every one of us can do it. I guarantee it. This is what you will get out of this session. I have a friend, his son or his daughter, 13 years old, have 20 coloring books, 100 pages each, selling for $5.99 on Amazon, all generated by AI. That's the power of AI that we use it, right? So everyone copy this prompt. I'm gonna copy this one as well, right in front of you. I'm going to ChatGPT and I'm gonna say this. So here I'm gonna walk you through what the difference between prompting is, a vague prompt, a structured prompt, and at the end I'm gonna tell you a meta prompt. This is how I use it. So I'm just saying, create 3 coloring pages for children. Everybody do it and tell me what color page did you get. Did you get an animal? Did you get a car? Did you get a sports? What output are you getting? Whoever has the output, tell them from Gemini. So what happened, because the prompt is very vague, right? It's being trained as a system. It just come up with whatever the best. It doesn't know what specific do you want. So it did that, right? Another thing you notice what it did it create 3 different images, separate file, or just one file for you? Notice that? Now what I want you to do is, okay, everyone wrote this prompt. I'm gonna copy this prompt as well and copy to ChatGPT. While I'm doing it, I'm gonna explain what happened on this one. So what happened on this prompt is, you guys do it on the Gemini or any paid version. Now I'm telling it, act as an expert educational illustrator for children books. Then I'm saying, I need 3 distinct color pages, choosing a variety of random cute animal. So if you guys want to play with it, replace cute animal with cars, golf, mermaids, whatever you want, right? And then for each page, also I'm asking you to create a title page and the author page in the back cover from that perspective and give the author information. When I wrote Kashi needs to write your name. And then I'm saying, I'm giving little context that every page should have a clear title, one image on the page. And then I'm also giving a little bit of output. I do not want you to give me multiple images on the same file, right? And I also said, ask me, because you guys are using free version. Free version does not have the capability to give you and generate multiple files one by one. If you have a pro version, it will do it for you. So the trick is, again, it's all about prompting. So what I said is, create one file at a time and ask me to approve before move on. So anyone who is using a free version, it will create the first image and it will stop. Then you just need to say, go ahead, right? And it will move forward and create the second image. So this is how the output will look like. So you see, it just created what? One image for me. And I said the cute animal. And if I say, go ahead, you guys should say just go ahead. Now I'm saying go ahead and complete the rest. When I say this, it's going to go ahead and start creating other images. Right? So you saw the example of a very vague prompt and the structure prompt. Now, how can you make it better? What you can do is, anytime you're doing and writing something, use AI. So now I'm saying, AI, you should act as a prompt expert. I'm giving it the same structure, same role. Act as a prompt expert, review, critique, and refine my prompt, right? To make sure I get the desired output. And also implement the best prompt framework that I need to do from that perspective. This is the 3rd prompt on the website. If you guys go and copy this one from here, and then tell me what the output comes in. I'm going to do this and show you, because AI is a machine, right? System is learning how in a different format. So it's going to create a prompt in the format that AI will understand. So look at this. How many of you can write the prompt like that? No, right? But this is what the system understands. So now you're asking the system to take your prompt and write in a format that the system understands. The recursive we're creating, right? So now it's specifically defining every hashtag, the role, it's what it did is, because I want separate pages, it was hallucinating. You will see when you try the free version, you will be struggling to get it separate image file and the consistency. But when you use AI to help you with this, it explains everything, and it is a multi-page prompt. It is like literally the multi-page prompt from there, right? You can just copy this and then, and I can now improve with it, say, create me a PDF. It will create me a file, the PDF file will cover pages with my author info and everything. I can go to kdp.amazon.com. I can upload it, put $199 and publish it. I've done that. And you can create 100 pages. I'm just showing you 3 pages, right? I have one of your kids say, hey, I want you to build I did an Islamic theme in the Ramadan. Coloring pages, right? And for free, share with everyone. It's a good activity for the Ramadan for the kids, right? To do coloring, right? You can also give a prompt, write 100 of pages, put that for $2. It will be amazing how many people download and build. So go from that perspective. And with that, I'm going to do a shameless plug. I am launching, this is my last session from the motivation, inspiration perspective in the last few years that I've been doing for the community to get them started on get started on the app. This summer, a lot of people ask me that I should do some workshop and all those. So I'm launching a prompting workshop. It will be like 3 to 4 weeks workshop, intense, 3 hours, 4 hours. Going through and doing really by, if you're a finance guy, how to use prompting. If you're a healthcare guy, how to use prompting. The first session will be free. I just want everyone to come and get started. I have a website. Go ahead, register. There's no credit card, no payment required. I'm just trying to gauge the interest. How many people are still interested doing it? If I have enough people, then I'm going to put all the effort to do it. $2, right? So go ahead, scan this QR code and register there. And I'll show you simple example, even from that perspective. You go to the website, this one, the whole website was created by Claude. You look at it, the prompting workshop site, all of this was created by AI by giving the context, what I gave you. So it's so powerful from that perspective. So do that. And this is my last takeaways for you guys. This is something I published last, I think my career the Friday. This is my latest video on the Friday. I've been thinking like, what do we need in order to survive in the age of AI? It is not a technical skill. It is not. I came up with something I call 9 C's of AI. And I'm not going to explain them just in the interest of time, but go watch the video. But those are curiosity. You need to be curious to learn how to use it. What is this tool? What does it do? What does it do? Be curious. But when you are curious, you need to have a courage to try too. That's what I'm saying. Take the first step. Take the courage to try. Don't be afraid to try things. Then, when you try something new, it's always a change, right? Things are changing. Be comfortable with the change. Adopt the change, right? And then, when you are using it, use critical thinking. Don't just take everything what AI is giving you and say, copy paste that one. Be critical what the output is. And then, communication, I call communication from the prompting context and talking to them. Provide the right context. Communicating, use as an assistant from that perspective. Creativity. Be creative. Like I just gave you a creative coloring book, right? Write some other themes. Be creative. Bring your creativity in there. Collaboration. Work with the AI. Right? Use it as a tool. Don't depend on it. And then curation. Curation is when AI gives you what to keep, what to not keep. That's the curation. Don't take everything. They give you so many things that no, I don't need that. Right? Do that perfectly. And last thing is, which I'm very big on, consistency. These are the 9 C's that came up with. Watch this video. That will give you a lot of insight of what I need from that perspective. And how to get started. That's my last slide from there. If you want to know really how do I get started on all these tools, the book is there, free on my website. It's on Kindle. Also, it's on a buy from there, but it's free PDF on my website. Download it, have all the tools there, and get started using this tool. With that, thank you very much.